Hi everyone! My name is Katy, and thank you for joining me for another Animal Crossing video. Today we'll be building the entrance for my second island of Polyphia, so let's get started. So I started out by laying down some pathing and connecting to my last speed build, which of course I will have linked down below. I made a very cute little neighborhood for Chevra and Nan for Valentine's Day, and I love how it turned out. If you didn't see that video, you may notice that I am doing a new theme. I'm doing this Sakura Suburbs vibe. I'm mixing natural springtime elements with more suburbia and town-like vibes while using a lot of pink and drawing on inspiration from some of my favorite anime. So then I started building up some cliffs because I really wanted my entrance to have a lot of layers and items and dimension. And I really like to have cliffs right next to my entrance to kind of frame out the area. Now I didn't over plan for this speed build, which I usually do, but I kind of liked building in this more winging it kind of way. Also, my villagers were around like the whole time I was building this. They just kept coming and getting in arguments, and it was so funny. Then I started making this diagonal river. I knew that I wanted a diagonal bridge here to give some interest, but also because my resident services is directly in front of my airport, and I wanted the path to be more interesting, and I really wanted to have a diagonal bridge because I just love them, of course, and I really like how it turned out. So then I'm just figuring out the pathing here and then adding that bridge. I got it on my first try. That never happened, so I was pretty proud of that. Once I got that in, I started connecting the dirt pathing to the entrance pathing. So then on the other side of the bridge, I started laying down the same kind of pathing. I struggled with what shape to make this little area that connects to the bridge, but I did like it, so that's good. Okay, and then I had to take some breaks to admire my villagers. Look at these two, I absolutely love them. And then look at Shino just minding her own business. I love her. Okay, so then I built up some more cliffs, again, just to give some dimension and layers, and I kept working on this river and connecting the bridge to the rest of the build. I actually really like how this river turned out. I think it looks really natural, not awkward. I struggle sometimes with my rivers looking kind of awkward and out of place, so I was happy that I figured this one out. Then I'm back to pathing a little bit. You know, when you're doing anything remotely town core, there's so much pathing to do. Then I added this really cool Sakura pond path right in front of resident services. I really love how this looked, and of course I'm going to have the creator code down in my description box below, as well as the codes for all the designs I'm using in today's video. Then I added these torii and this gazebo and these party lights and some trees, and I really like how this little area turned out. I also added these glowing moss statues, which I really like, and I think that they brought together my whole vision, so I was pretty happy with that. Then I'm working again on the little road pathing, adding some trees, and then finishing off this northern part of the road. These codes that I'm using for the road are by Colin Crossing, and they're absolutely amazing. They are one of the biggest inspiration for my whole island, and they just really inspire me, and I love them. Then I added 2 pagodas to the cliffs, and I love how those look. I said in my last video that I had never used one before, but now I think I'm going to use them all over this island, which is exciting. Then I wanted to add some pathing and a cave right above this waterfall mouth. I thought it would maybe look like the waterfall's coming out of the cave. So I just went with it, and the cave is such a huge item that I never really use and was excited to find a use for in this build. Then I started planting some trees on the cliffs and added some bamboo trees. And then I started adding some items to the main walkway. I started with some party lights and this little gaming setup. I really like how I'm doing this pathing so that between each set of trees I can have a little scene and have a lot of fun with the items that I'm using. Then of course I had to add some blossom viewing lamps, which are going to be all over this island. Then I added some more fairy lights and my pink storage shed for practical and cute reasons. I also added this park clock and some of these cherry blossom branches. Then I decided to replace this piano and move it so it can be seen from the entrance because I just love that item so much and I've never used it before, and it totally encapsulates the whole vibe that I'm going for. And then I worked on this little sitting area right by the front. I added a garden wagon and some deer scares in a few different areas. And of course I had to slap down a bunch of these Sakura Petal codes just everywhere throughout the whole build. I put down an outdoor bath up here, and I added a little puppy dog and a scooter and all these really cute items that I just love. I'm having a lot of fun with the selection of items that I'm using and using some items and color variations that I don't use often, so it's been a lot of fun building so far. Then I started to create a little scene down here with the bakery cart and the menu, and I put one of those absolutely adorable tea sets. I added a popcorn machine, and then I made this little sitting area with one of the mom's cakes. I added the wedding cake down here as well, and this cute little tricycle, which I just love and have never used before. So then I was just adding some really cute items all around, including not one, but 2 tea sets to the entrance, because my villagers, of course, love to spill the tea. That was so dumb. Oh my goodness. But then I started decorating the cliffs with some different items. I added some stone items, some statues, deer scares, and bamboo items. I also added some flowers and a bunch of Sakura petals, as well as some bug models. I really like using those on my islands because they make any build feel a bit more whimsical, which of course I really like. And I finished by adding some cherry blossom petal piles to the main path. Alright everyone, thank you so much for watching. I really love how this entrance came out, and it brings me a lot of joy to be building in cherry blossom season and springtime, especially because I recorded this in the middle of a snowstorm in real life. I love all of the pink and really cute items. I love the bridge and this little river, and I love all these different scenes I was able to create between the trees. What do you think of my entrance? Let me know down below in the comments, and if you like this one, please leave a like. If you'd like to see more from me, please hit subscribe. I appreciate you all so much, and I hope that you and yours are staying safe, happy, healthy, and warm. Thanks again. Bye-bye!